fix my white balance because.
Hello, and welcome to Just Needing to Fix Her White Balance. Hello, and welcome to Ryuutama Seyo,
Super
aka
duper.
Travel, our Ryuutama show here on Twitch. That was just such serendipitous timing because you said that like precisely after I unmuted our audio.
Oh no. I said I was ready. I lied.
Yeah, well, oh god. Change things on the overlay. Okay, hold on, we're just gonna go back to this screen and then, hello, welcome to...
Just keeping you on your toes.
I've been ready this whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Summer was born
Look,
ready.
what happened is I looked at my face and realized I looked dead. So
You're
I
like,
thought I
oh
should
no.
fix it.
Yeah, I had that experience too, and then I realized it was the number of hours of sleep I got last night, and no amount of color correction is gonna fix that one. But yeah, we're here for episode 18. You may notice that things are a little different. I'm not gonna bury the lead here. If you have not seen on Twitter, Jolie has left the cast as he is pursuing other shows. There's no drama there. It's just he's doing other stuff. So we are excited to see what he comes out with and what he's on. But in the meantime, travel continues. However, Lindy is moving. So she's indisposed. Because moving is hard and takes a lot of time. And often involves your computer being in a box. So Lindy will be out tonight. And there's a chance that we will not have an episode next week as well. But... that did free us up for some shenanigans. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to what we're gonna get into tonight. But before we do that, I wanna check in, see how everyone's doing. Mostly Jess, because I haven't seen you since what? Friday? Last Friday? This
Yes,
Friday?
yesterday?
Last night.
Yesterday?
Last night, you mean?
Last night? I don't know.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Remember that time we all hung out last night?
Oh yeah, that wasn't on a stream. I legit forgot that was last night because it wasn't on a stream.
If it's not
This
on a
is who I
stream,
am
it doesn't
now.
exist. Is
Does
that
it
what
really?
you're saying?
If
Just disappears into...
if you play a game and chat isn't there to see it, did it really happen?
Yes.
I felt
Yes,
like it did. I'll be honest. I have very
Damn.
real memories from what happened last night.
It was
so.
real to us, Dylan.
real.
It was real.
Who knows?
What we had was real.
Tell chat how you have been.
You were just an ocean of gold. Of course you don't remember.
I did change forms
Yeah, that
several
happened.
times.
So I'm great. It's been a week where terrible things happened at the day job,
Oof.
but that's a dumpster fire and that's normal now. But off of day job land, I have been prepping for a different Ryuutama campaign that I will be tweeting an announcement about on Monday. And let's see. Yeah, we did a ghost club on Friday, didn't we? That was this past Friday.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
I scared the shit out of you guys with creepy text messages, I guess. So that was
and
neat.
I saw a tweet about it, so I'm assuming it happened.
So that was fun and creepy. We played a game last night off stream that Summer made that was amazing and it was delightful. I don't know, I reclaimed a kingdom and we made like the best place ever after that, so that was cool.
Yeah, and then we did a sort of hippie thing where everybody was one in stuff.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
there
It was
were
hella abstract.
Two very excellent couples and a very happy ending for all.
Yeah. Maybe
Which
that's
is-
why you don't remember it. It is so far off brand for us.
I'm so not used to that.
Yeah.
Certainly
How did
not
that
in games
happen?
with Summer.
How did that even happen?
I really don't. It got away from me. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I have been doing voice acting classes, which require me to get up at far too early in the morning on Saturdays, but that has been fun. Today we're doing this, and Otome streams are going well. We're almost done with Goemon's route, and it's amazing. It might be the most romantic thing I've ever seen.
Oh my.
It's delightful and sweet and positive and happy, which is shocking.
Well, I mean, you're not done
We
with
love
it
it.
yet, so
I can't wait for the other shoe to drop, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
How's the Fire Emblem been going? I think I missed the last 2 of those.
Whoa.
Did you
Oh,
get to the
boy.
turn? The time skip?
Not yet. We're
Okay.
we're going far too slow for that. We have so many chapters yet to go for that. Because I can only play like 8 hours a week.
I have no idea what the pace is for that game, so
No, the chapter mission we were on, we had to go and put down one of our good son's adoptive father because he was raising an army against the church for some reason, and our archbishop of murder basically was like, go forth and punish the sinners.
Archbishop of Murder. What a job title.
Okay, but she's very like, she scares me. She's frightening.
Which
I
one
have
is
a
that?
concern. She's her name is Rhea. She's very pretty and has
Yeah,
like flowers
Rhea.
in her
Yes,
hair,
yes,
but
yes,
she's
yes.
sort of frightening.
Sothis is the guy that's been turned into all the memes, right? No, Sothis is the creepy girl.
So this is the girl on the throne. Setheth is the guy that keeps getting
Setheth.
turned into memes.
There we go. Similar names, green hair. It's hard.
Yeah, so we definitely broke our sweet kids by taking them to a real heckin' battle, and I'm sad.
Well, when you go to battle school, you kind of gotta expect that you're gonna eventually kill some people.
Yeah, murdering civilians is super fun for your first real mission.
Don't join the murder club, friends. Just don't do it.
War sucks.
Yep. And that's the show. There we go.
War sucks. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Summer, how about you? How have you been? We have not interacted at all this week.
No. I haven't talked to you every day
Literally
on Minecraft.
every day.
I don't know when Minecraft started, but it has not ended.
2 weeks ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you
Because
sure?
I think we started on Monday of last week, and then I streamed it that Wednesday, and then I streamed it again this most recent Wednesday.
Oh, ooh, you're right. I
Yeah.
have no concept of time since Minecraft has begun. It's just
Right?
Minecraft.
Same.
Wow. Okay. So I'm trying to recall the last time that we were all here together, what had been going on, but I just can't. I simply can't.
Minecraft.
So the only like thing, yeah, Minecraft has been happening pretty much every day for the past 2 weeks. And then I was over on Tales from the Grim. They are taking a break from their Urban Shadows campaign, like just like an off-season, like little couple week break. And Greg was like, I want to run some Star Trek. And I had just said, I spoke this into the universe, I'm convinced, because I had just said on me and Katie's Patreon podcast that I wanted to play Star Trek so I could just smooch 1,000 aliens. That's what I specifically said. And then Greg did this, and I was like, I want to play, and I don't know anything about Star Trek. And of course I was like, I'll be the fucking captain. Thinking that, one of the other several people who have been watching Star Trek for like, I don't know, 20 years plus would be like, oh, I would really wanted to be the captain. Because I was like, I'll be it if nobody else wants to be the captain. And everybody else was like, no, I'll take engineering. I'll be blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, fuck. I've seen like a Star Trek movie, but I'm doing that now. And it's so fun. It's genuinely so fun. I don't have to know what the fuck. I've realized the captain doesn't actually have to know anything. I'm just like, you do it, you do it, you do it. I'm going to sit in the chair.
You need to speak authoritatively and then be reminded of the prime directive by your underlings.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And it's going fantastic. It's so much fun. And we were going to just play for 2 episodes. We literally didn't even get into the first episode, and everybody was like, we want to do more than 2. So it is lasting X amount of episodes. I don't know.
That's dangerous.
I know.
Funny how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting
Always.
how that happens. And then played a lot of my game Futurity this past couple of days. Played 2 games on Friday and then a game with you two yesterday and Julie. And it's a time.
It is. It's a good
game. It is a time.
It's available right now on itch.io.
That's true. It's if you are interested in it, it is a card prompt game that uses tarot cards. It's fun. You get to just be in multiple dimensions and universes and die and be stars and literally do whatever you want. But I had an idea last night as I was falling asleep, and I put it in our chat, and I need it to happen now, which is just teenage oracles who aren't like, when will I see this person that meant a lot to me in my afterlife? They're like, who's gonna ask me to prom?
Yeah.
Like that kind of question.
Yeah. The confusion of like, how am I gonna pass my SATs?
Yeah. Yes. And I want to do that now, so I'm probably gonna make that happen for myself.
We must.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, recorded some podcasts. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if that was before or after last time.
Yeah, that was Saturday of last week.
So after?
That was
before?
Before, because we had a show on Sunday, didn't we?
Last week? No, we didn't.
Did we?
No,
we didn't.
2 weeks ago.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's what I was confused about when.
What is time?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on the Minecraft train right alongside Summer. Just being like, choo choo, everything's a square. And that's been what I've been up to. Summer, I made a dock today for our little town.
I saw it on the little map pic, but I haven't gotten to look at it yet.
And then I made a road that goes from that over to Hill Street, which, yes, I did. I have made roads in our town, which is like, okay, that's kind of nerdy. But then I also made road signs for them.
But you won't make a road over to the lighthouse for reasons unknown.
Because an isolated lighthouse is like an important aesthetic.
But also people like to go to lighthouses to,
yeah, but
use them.
You should have to like trek to a lighthouse.
But also it's the train station, which people also like roads to.
Just back me up. A solitary lighthouse or a lighthouse that has a road going to it?
But it's also a train station. You can't exclude that part, that part of the narrative.
I mean, you totally can, because let's
be real.
Wouldn't
you want a road to go to your train station?
No one is going to use that train station.
Yes, they are.
Are they?
Yeah. Me?
It's Minecraft. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Logic need not apply.
Fair.
So road is good.
But then I made a dock so that you can take a boat. So that your first entrance into the town is taking a boat down this lovely, well-lit river into the dock. It puts you right by the shops first so we can take all your money, and then you can go into the town proper. It's a well-crafted experience, Summer. Everyone on YouTube is just mashing the right arrow key, being like, can I skip this?
Minecraft City Council is literally made up of one person, and it's me. Yeah. I own the town. It's mine.
I mean, this is a conversation you could absolutely have, but I am not the third party that needs to be sitting here. You should probably grab Lynn and bring her in. This is the shit she gets up to, not me.
Yeah. Or
also, it's not like we've been having this conversation every day
for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah.
But now we're specifically make just this.
We don't have a problem. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
My real problem is drawing millions of trees. That's my real problem right now.
Yeah. The only other thing that I've been up to like super consistently is I've fallen down an SCP wiki hole, where I've just been listening to a podcast on SCP entries. I've listened to most of the podcast now. The one that I'm listening to is the Exploring series, which I think is technically a YouTube video series, but he's got recordings up on Spotify. So I've been listening to those, and like, such good creepypasta it's wild. I've never really been a creepypasta person. Like I've dipped into the SCP wiki a few times over the past few years. But then I don't know, something just I think I randomly watched a video cuz it was recommended to me on YouTube, and then I just was like sucked into this pit where I'm like, "Ah, yes, I must know more. Give me the creepypasta." And part of it is I'm trying to figure out how to run a campaign set in the SCP universe. And I want to do that, but also figuring out the system for it is hard. So if you're watching this and you have any ideas, please send them to me on Twitter or in the Discord, because I would like to do this. And I have some ideas, but I'm not confident on them yet.
Monster of the week.
That was my knee-jerk reaction. And I mentioned it before, but like the other low-hanging fruit would be Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu is one that I'm kind of leaning toward. I've been asked in chat what SCP is. I will explain that in very brief before I explain my feelings on Monster of the Week. SCP stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. I think is the motto of this organization called the SCP Foundation. It's a crowdsourced, like, community-driven wiki of various primarily horror stories, creepypastas, as they're colloquially known, of supernatural and anomalous entities and objects that are strange or dangerous, that this foundation goes, they find them, they contain them, and they protect them, with the goal of preserving humanity from weird anomalous stuff. It's got a really particular tone that is, I mean, it's cosmic horror, right? Mm-hmm. So it's got that Lovecraftian element to it, but it doesn't feel like Lovecraft. It has a very specific tone to it that is unique to the universe, I feel.
Yeah, it's like a little bit Lovecraft, but more, I guess, modernized. In a sense, like a little bit Lovecraft, a little bit X-Files.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've been over on Katie's channel doing Summer Spooks Cthulhu Dark, which is probably one of my favorite new games that I've played in a long time, where I've been like fully enjoying myself. And it is, you are the mundane being introduced to the supernatural, and you slowly like lose your sanity. You it's basically like Polaris, where you start with 1, and if you roll under that, you don't lose sanity, and if you roll over it, you gain it, right? So it gets harder and harder to become more insane. And it's very mystery based, where at some point you become so insane to start regaining that, you actively try and cover things up. And it's very good. And then at one point you break, and that's where you can just go into Cthulhu, where there's like no turning back from the world of the supernatural. So yeah, it's been a spicy time, because it's very like normal. It was Candidate Day was the day that there was like a murder that took place. So it's like mundane horror, but you find out that it's actually like not what it seems.
Interesting.
It's been a fucking rad time. I've been having a really good time playing that game. It's so simple mechanically. Like,
I'll have to poke around in that one. My one problem with Monster of the Week is SCP. The SCP universe is super unforgiving. In like you do one wrong thing and you are like completely physically inverted, right? And it's just, well, you're dead. Bye.
Yeah, that's where the Cthulhu system would probably play well with it, because you are fragile as fuck.
Yeah, Cthulhu Dark, you don't even have an option to fight back. It literally just kills you, so you only have the option to run or hide.
Yeah.
There's no weapons.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu might be the right call. Yeah. I'll have to poke around at those. But yeah, it's just it's such an interesting universe to me, and I feel like it would be a lot of fun to dig into that sort of mystery-based, conspiracy-ish, cosmic horror junk in a campaign.
Because if there's one thing we've learned, Monster of the Week makes you feel pretty powerful.
Yeah, I think it's hard to feel not powerful in a Powered by the Apocalypse system. In most cases, there certainly are instances where it's easier to feel disempowered, but like most of like the core system of the game, having everything run from what you say you're doing and the way the dice mechanics work, like it puts a lot more power in the player's hands, and then often they come packaged with "wait, but I don't want to be dead" buttons. So, which might actually, I'm not going to brainstorm this live on a stream, because I will sit here for an hour being like, well, if we discuss the various comparative merits of this system versus
that sounds like a different show, but also a good one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reel myself in here and ask, do we want to play some Ryuutama?
I think that's what we're here for.
Okay.
I was told there would be a date.
Who told you that? Nobody's asked anybody anything, Jess.
I was told there would be shipping.
There will be that. Yeah.
There will be that. Yeah.
There will always be shipping.
We're drawing out the date, remember? To like 10 episodes from now.
Oh, God. Previously on travel. Last episode, our heroes journeyed from the roadside inn that we're staying at to a little quiet town that I definitely remember the name of, Jade Hollow, that was hidden in a bamboo forest. They came upon a heated argument between two people who turned out to be the mayor and their grandfather, who is a blacksmith. The players learned from the blacksmith that there was some kind of evil lurking within the forest, and when they pressed further, they discovered a group of sentient bamboo, which, thank you, Japan, for that one. These bamboo creatures came into, or one of them, I think, came into the town, aided by a caustic slime creature that ended up being basically invincible, despite being a like level 2 monster or some shit. They fought the two of them and ended up in the panic that had ensued from the sudden arrival of these monsters. Both the mayor and this blacksmith sort of mended their fences, so to speak, and came together as family once again, thanking the party. And I think, weirdly, that's pretty much all that happened. There were like some conversations that happened in between, but for the most part, that's what we got up to. So, that said, Kiro has procured a short apprenticeship with this blacksmith so that she can learn herself some stuff, which roots the party in this town for about a week. So, with that, let us jump now into episode 18. Two Tender Hearts, The Trials of Courtship. A young boy dressed in black walks through bamboo-shaded streets, his mind cast far away to a city in a swamp. This sun that warms my arms is the very same that keeps her from gloom, but this wind that blows has never known her beauty or her charms, and though I yearn for her my love to return, I must watch instead another's bloom. When you awake in the morning, the twins have already gone into town on their own business, and the sun on the sky gives the breeze a warm and lazy quality, edged with cool and refreshing flow. R's are hard for me tonight. Could both of you roll condition checks, please?
No. That's not what today's about.
Sorry, both of you roll condition checks.
Yeah. I'm good at this.
Oof. Buddy.
Well,
I'm clicking it. Hold on, I'm gonna try again.
what?
It's not working.
Lamb's
no.
condition is infinite.
Yep. Sky high.
Probably like a 20.
There we go.
Hey! Oh my
14.
god. You want to give some of those points to Mule?
Yeah, you want some?
Please.
I'd gladly part with a couple of these.
Apparently,
4 or 5.
apparently, Mule's not gonna be getting out of bed today. Because Jesus, what is that?
Do you just have like nerves or anxiety or something? Like, what's going on, Mule?
Given what he always rolls is about that, I think he's just normal for him.
All right.
Just assume if it's 5 or below, he's fine. He's just Mule.
This is grumpy.
Yeah.
All right. Lamb, go ahead and boost one of your stats. And what has you in such high spirits today?
I feel like it's got to be the same answer that Jess gave. This is literally always her. Like,
Yeah. We're so far in this campaign at this point. These are the usual rolls.
these are the usual.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I think I mentioned this like last time, but it's summer break.
That's true.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's about to be beach time. Never seen the ocean.
That's
I'm
true.
excited.
Yeah.
Very excited, little girl.
Mule has approximately 10 different things he's extremely worried about, so
Mood. Mule is all of us.
Yeah, truly.
Mule has anxiety, okay?
Yeah. Makes total sense, too.
Look at this. You took a perfectly good monkey and gave it anxiety. All right. So I think Lamb, you get up first then.
Makes sense.
And find that Mule is still in bed.
I guess I'll have some breakfast.
Okay.
Since Kiro and Danjan are already gone for the day, rarely is Lamb just like totally by herself. And I think that obviously she was always with Pappies, but like a lot of her time spent doing like recreational things was by herself. She spent a lot of time on her own. And I think that she misses it like just a little bit sometimes, because obviously she loves being with her friends. But if Mule's gonna sleep in a little bit, she's gonna let him sleep in and just like go have breakfast by herself.
Okay. Go ahead and just drop a gold on some food, because I don't think I charged you for a room and board last night.
A whole gold?
No.
What will I do?
Oh, my money.
Only 2,000 left.
Oh. Jesus. Like, you left with like nothing to your name. You're gonna come back like the richest person in Moa.
This is after I sent how much money home?
I know.
I sent
know.
like several thousand home to Pappies.
You sent a
Just,
lot.
like,
Yeah, they're fucking rolling in it.
yeah.
Yeah, you sent 2,000 home. So you have breakfast and Mule still isn't up by the time you're done.
Okay, I'll go check on him. And she'll she's fine. She'll go up to his room and knock on the door. Real quiet like.
I don't think you hear an answer at very first. And then there's just kind of a clatter of something or other. Probably books. Yes?
Hello? It's Lamb.
Come in.
It's me opening the door if you couldn't tell. My Foley work wasn't on point.
A+ Foley.
Was.
He looks like he's fully ready and probably has been for a while.
What are you doing?
Although his book definitely landed on the floor and is wide open, and he's gathering up his stuff. Uh, Sorry, I was studying. Did you need something?
No, I just wanted to see where you were. I thought you would be asleep.
No, why would I be? It's pretty late.
Well, because you're still in here, so I just thought, when you woke up, you'd come out of here.
Oh,
It's okay
my,
that you didn't.
I usually spend a little time reading and having my tea first. That's all.
Oh, well, Kiro and Danjin left for the day.
Oh.
So I
Oh,
had
Kiro had her
breakfast.
apprenticeship, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been by yourself this whole time?
Well, I thought you were asleep, so I was gonna let you sleep in. But it's okay. I chose to go to breakfast by myself. It's okay.
Uh, Sorry. You could have knocked. It would have been fine. I'm used to being woken up.
Yeah, but you need rest.
And he closes up his book and sticks his pen down in the spine like usual, tucks it into his book holster at the back, and brushes off a little bit, pushes the chair in. Everything very perfect and proper. Well, you've already ate, so
Well, I can come with you while you eat. I have literally nothing else to do.
is that weird? That's weird, right?
So you don't want me to come?
No, I would feel rude eating if
Well, you
you're
have to
not.
eat.
I can grab something to snack on. It's not a big deal.
You can eat and I can drink water.
All right,
So you don't feel
fine.
weird.
Sure. That's fine. Let's go.
Okay. She opens the door for him.
Yeah, they go downstairs to do that, I guess.
To do breakfast part 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Lamb just
Breakfast,
sits there with
the
some
sequel.
water.
Probably some fruit too, because that's easy to snack on,
Mm-hmm.
even after you've eaten.
Yeah. Mule's preferred breakfast is pretty light, honestly. It's like a little toast and some fruit, and that's about it.
Fair enough. The day is nice and temperate. Even for you, Mule, the weather is somewhat inviting, despite your normal indoorsy nature. Outside, strangely, doesn't seem bad today.
Cool. Outside's all right, I guess.
Yeah. But I think there's a moment once Mule has finished eating and Lamb has had her water, where both of you just sort of sit there, not knowing what to do next.
So what do
I
you want to
guess
do today?
Well, I guess we're sort of stuck here until Kiro's ready to go.
Well, yeah, so we can do something else.
My apologies.
Hello, fluffy child.
I guess. Did you have something you wanted to do?
No.
Oh. Mule looks vaguely disappointed and also confused. And goes back to finishing his tea, which is almost gone, which is frightening.
Then you have to talk to me. Do you have something that you want to do today?
No. I mean, I can always keep busy, but that'd sort of leave you on your own.
You have plans for yourself?
I mean, I can always study. There's always reading and writing to do.
Yeah, but that is not something that I want to do.
I know.
So.
Well, it's nice outside, I guess.
That's just a general statement about the weather. Let him out!
Percy cannot be imprisoned.
Ugh.
Can't keep this boy locked up.
He is not a number. He is a free cat.
Well, he is now. Anybody want a cat?
I'll take him.
No, you can't have him. He's my baby. But he is otherwise indisposed now that he is outside of the room. So we can get back to whatever this is.
Awkward, and I'm loving it.
I love you, Dylan. You know I love awkward moments.
Mm-hmm.
So where were we? Yes. Generalized statements about the weather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, look, you're usually the one that does the talking. I don't know what to say.
Okay. Well, then I guess we can walk around town since it's nice
Sure.
outside.
Yeah, that's fine. As he tries to think of how many hours exactly that is going to kill, and the answer is probably not very many. Not nearly enough to fill an entire day.
Or several days, for that matter.
Or several days, yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to, we don't have to. I'm sure I can
No.
figure out something to do. I could go punch a tree.
Considering the state of the plant life around here, I feel like that might be a bad idea. You might make them mad.
I can punch the air.
No, that's fine.
I haven't done any fight training in like months.
Well, we've done plenty of actual fighting, so that's probably fine. Well, let's take a walk. Maybe something will come up along the way.
Okay.
So he finishes his tea in one big gulp and tries not to choke on it, and leaves a coin.
I so badly want to make you roll for that. So badly.
For chugging the tea?
Yeah.
If you want to. It's
Fuck
fine.
it,
You want me
roll
to make a
Dex
drinking
Con.
roll?
Or
Oh my God.
Dex. There is no con in this game.
Just drinking, although
Strength?
the assumption is alcohol, is strength and spirit. It's a check.
Yeah, sure, go for it. All right.
Who knew?
You chug it, put the cup down, you're
he
fine.
is expert at chugging his tea to work up his courage.
You're ready to go.
Right, let's go.
Yep. She'll go outside.
He will
Just gonna look.
he will have gone ahead and opened the door for her because he is not a heathen.
Aw, so sweet.
Wow. What a fancy boy. Oh, wait, that's literally what he is.
Uh-huh.
So the two of you head out into the streets of Jade Hollow. And whereas yesterday everything had this sort of eerie quality to it, everything was too quiet. Today you can hear birds singing merrily, some small woodland creatures somewhere in the bamboo chittering to each other, and the warmth from the sun, whereas your hike yesterday was pretty oppressive, today, filtering through the tall stalks of bamboo, is just sort of just warm enough to be pleasant and mingle well with the soft breeze that moves between the buildings. And as you walk along, you do know where the water park is. You could head in that direction. But there are also several shops in town that you could go by. Do you have an inclination for which direction you want to go in?
No.
They will just walk in a direction.
You just
Yeah,
sort
I
of
think
like,
the plan is just to kind of meander through the entire town. So like eventually we'll wind up probably everywhere. But
yeah, you step outside
A
and just
loop?
like turn in a direction and go.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm pretty sure along the way, Mule is definitely casting a spell to ask for help.
Really? Please do share.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
He's definitely casting a magic text in the general direction of his big sister Inga, because what do you do when you have several days alone with a girl? It's gonna take him an hour to cast it, though.
Yeah, it is. Also, is that incantation magic or is that a seasonal?
I think it's incantation magic.
Okay. All right. It's plausible that she has it. She might be able to reply. Dragon sign. Ooh, that's a high level spell though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you send off this message and hope beyond hopes that she replies.
Have girl what do?
I didn't know if I'd ever get this far. Oh.
I literally never planned for this in a million years.
Yep. So I think you're walking along, and as you go, you pass by a low house with a porch upon which there's a somewhat elderly man sitting in a rocking chair, rocking back and forth, while he whittles a flute. And he smiles at the two of you and waves and says, you keep an eye on her. People like her are trouble.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
Don't pay any attention to him. That's what they always
I'm not
say.
saying he's wrong. You're just not supposed to agree.
It's just small talk, I guess. I didn't mean it.
I'm just teasing you.
Okay. He's definitely not looking at her. So,
Do you let that hang, Lamb?
Yeah.
Okay.
they're walking.
You continue to walk in silence through the town, marveling at the strange buildings and art pieces that are present here. It's a small town that doesn't see a whole lot of traffic, so there's not much in the way of like touristy stuff, but that also means there's not much in the way of entertainment. And the people of Jade Hollow make up for that by decorating like everything. So there are gardens and carved statues and paintings and all sorts of stuff just sort of strewn about. Particularly, you come by what appears to be Mayor Suki's house, and there's a flower garden out front. What do you do?
Are
What
we
kind
allowed
of
to?
flowers?
Many kind of flower. The pretty
Okay.
kind. Let me see if I wrote down any particular flowers for this. Garden.
Is now a
of
good time to
flowers.
herb gather?
It's It's just
We're
flowers.
just gonna
Actually, yeah, go ahead and both
gather
of you,
herbs in Suki's garden without asking. That's real
both of you
cool.
roll herb gathering.
You don't have to. I'll gather.
That's fine. Jesus.
Jesus.
I've never herb gathered that well before.
Ooh, that is some gathering.
What did you do? Just rip the whole garden out?
I just buried my arms up to my elbows in the dirt and just grabbed everything up by the roots.
Everything. Suki opens their door, just looks at you, and is like, "What are you doing with my garden?"
Transplanting it, apparently.
What aren't I doing with your garden?
Jesus. Let me see
Good
what you
God.
get. Ooh.
All of the herbs in Jade Hollow, apparently.
Gimme.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, you get some moonlight snowgrass, a diminutive species of grass that only grows in the moonlight. It is said that it takes an entire year to grow even a single centimeter. Juice squeezed from this grass is used to rouse one's spirit. And the effect of this is that it helps focus the mind. For one full day, when MP is used, one less MP is spent, and has no effect when spending one MP.
Oh. So you never run out?
No, it
Of
doesn't
MP?
do anything if you're spending one MP because
Oh,
that would
gotcha,
take
gotcha,
the cost to zero.
Yeah.
We've had this exact conversation
I'm
before,
pretty
and I
sure.
got
Yes.
confused then too.
Hi, Percy.
He really wants in on the action today.
Um,
He does.
she's gonna hand it out to Mule.
What? That's the mayor's garden. What are you doing?
I thought it was a public garden.
I don't think it is.
Is there a fence around it, Dylan?
Yes.
Is there a locked gate to that fence?
No.
There's no lock.
It's fenced in.
There are community gardens that are fenced in. Do you not want it?
No,
It's too late to put it back.
Don't waste it. Here, give it to me.
You're welcome.
And he's gonna just cast a no to like regrow whatever the fuck was there.
Please roll a magic check.
Uh-huh. Yep, magic check. Boop.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah, you managed to regrow it, and you managed to have enough precision to not just immediately overgrow
Where
their
everything's just
garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I think
right-click
just
on
like the stuff that was ripped out just regrows.
It was
Right-click on the grass
expertly
with,
ripped out. It wasn't just
It
like
was clipped.
pulled up. Yeah.
Um,
I herb gathered it. I didn't
Do you-
barbarically rip it out of the ground with my teeth.
do you still have that fancy jar? That have you put a thing in that yet?
I did put a thing in that a long time
Okay.
ago.
All right.
So I no longer have use of that.
All right. Okay. So you pluck some grass from the mayor's home.
he puts those in his satchel and regrows the flowers. And I think there's a stray flower that is amidst them that just popped up amidst the ones that he grew that he takes and hands off to her. It's just a small pink flower. He probably doesn't even know what plant it is necessarily. Here. I don't think that belonged there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
We just committed vandalism. No, I'm not okay.
It looks exactly the same, if not a little bit better than it did.
Because I had to use magic to fix it.
Are you absolutely sure it's not a public garden? It has a very public garden-y vibe to me.
No, if it's
It's very
fenced in-
inviting. Do you want me to go ask? I can just go ask.
If you want to.
It would make you feel better if I said, "Can I have permission to like snip snip?" And then I could take even more.
If you plan to take more, then yes, absolutely ask.
I'm not planning on it. I'm going to go ask. And she's going to just go up to the front door and knock, knock, knock.
All right. Yeah. I think Suki's still home, so they come to the door. Oh, Lamb. Hi. How can I help
Hi,
you?
it's me again.
Mule
Is
looks
this
thoroughly embarrassed in the background.
Would you consider this
They
garden
wave
to
at you.
be...
Would you consider this garden to be open to the public?
Or is it more like just for you privately?
It is a private garden. Do you need something?
I don't really need anything, but if I wanted it, would you want me to pay you for it? I could give you, like, however much you think. If I came back and showed you what I had, I could
Please
just...
roll the persuasion check of your life.
Okay. Their negotiation, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
You know what? I'm going to spend some MP. I'll concentrate.
You know,
All right. You get a
I
plus
think
two.
Mule has determined that Lamb cannot be left alone.
Okay, so just add a 1 to this.
Remember when that old man said
She's trouble.
she's trouble?
Okay, just add a 1 to this in your hearts.
I mean, it should be adding a 2 because you're technical type and you get plus 2 when you concentrate. But also, wow,
Oh my god.
wow.
You're welcome for the
well.
fumble point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take the fumble point.
Cool,
I'll put one
cool.
on Kira's sheet.
Oh my god. Lamb, why? Lamb.
I didn't mean to do that.
We're gonna get kicked out of town.
No, we're not. They like
So-
Kiro. They won't kick us out.
Suki just sort of looks at you and says, "Please don't touch my garden."
Come on, Lamb, let's go.
Okay. I was just curious. I wasn't actually going to touch your garden. It had a very inviting vibe to it, so I wanted to check first.
Right.
So I won't touch it, but I will look at it from outside the gate.
She
Great.
won't touch it.
I won't touch it. That's what I said.
Somehow I'm becoming more worried about that the more you say it.
I'm not going to touch it.
Lamb, come on. We're
I
bothering the
am.
mayor.
Sorry. Have a really nice day. The weather's really nice.
You too.
Sorry for the disturbance. He gives a little bow.
They close their door. But like
Weird
slowly.
kids.
I think you see the curtain next to the door pull to the side a little bit.
Great. Neat.
Mule, as you turn from the house, you see words in the sky appear, in some of which are in full caps.
Oh no.
The words say, "You act like a gentleman, and you treat her well. Give her space to talk, but don't make her do everything. What is her name?"
Oh no.
And I think with that, we're at the top of the hour. This is a good time for us to go to our first break.
Yep.
So we're going to step away for about 10 minutes, and when we return, we're going to see how Mule reacts to that. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back to episode 18 of Ryuutama, aka Travel, where, Mule, you have just received a text message. You see these words in the sky. What is your reaction?
Yeah, tell me what your reaction is. The
What does
visible
Lamb see?
reaction that you have. Yeah.
Can you please restate the words?
Hold on. I think I deleted what I wrote, but I can remember. You act like a gentleman and treat her well. Give her room to talk, but don't make her do everything. What's her name?
Okay. uh, I think we just sort of see Mjol go possibly slightly paler, if that's even remotely possible for him.
You turn literally black and white. Because
Yeah.
it's anime.
Yeah, he just is looking at the sky like he saw something moderately terrifying.
Lamb also looks up.
There's
I
nothing
think
there.
Lamp just sees the sky.
Sees nothing. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes. Yeah, fine. I just thought I
No.
saw something.
You don't seem fine. What do you think you saw?
Nothing important. I'm probably just tired.
Well, you should have actually been sleeping in instead of up studying.
Well, I'll get a little more sleep tonight, I guess. I just have a lot of improving to do, that's all.
Okay.
Anyway, is there someplace you wanted to go take a look at next?
Well, apparently I'm not allowed to touch anything in this town, so not really.
Well, we could go outside of town if you want.
What do you want to do?
I'm fine. I just
That's
don't want
not
you to be
helpful.
alone.
I'm fine.
If you want to train, I'll stay by and watch. And patch you up if you hurt yourself, I guess.
I'm tough.
I know. That doesn't mean you can't get hurt.
I'm not going to hurt myself.
He looks skeptical. But only a little.
Well, I guess we can just finish walking through town and circle back. And if you wanted to get a book or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Also, I think he needs to... No, he made the certificate for her, didn't he? I think he already
You
did
got
that.
the materials for it. I don't think
Yeah,
you've made it yet.
I got the paper for it. He hasn't made it yet. Okay.
You circle around back to the inn. I think by the time you get around to it, it is sometime around noon or 1 p.m.
Looks like we're just in time for lunch. Are you hungry?
I'm pretty much always hungry. I'm just not as vocal about it as Kiro.
Well, you should say something if you're hungry.
Well, thankfully she mostly always does it for me. She's always like food, 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 food.
That's true. She's
So it's
always
really
hungry.
easy just to have food around.
Get a montage of various travel days where the sun is directly above and Kira just goes food and then new scene some in a forest, food in a swamp, food in the plains, food.
Kiro looking at baby deer. Snacks! Yeah, you're right.
We could get
she's
it to
always
go?
hungry. Yeah, they'd probably do that.
I mean, and they can't really stop us from taking it and leaving with it.
As long as we've paid.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm not saying we steal the food. We're paying to be here already.
They will order food and take it with them.
Okay, give me just a second.
Delicious food. I want it to be good.
Okay. They make you some spring rolls, I think. Which, damn, now I want spring rolls. Spring rolls are
That sounds
good.
real good.
They make you some spring rolls and some other travel-friendly food. Maybe a small ceramic thermos of fruit juice. And I don't know where food is in this book anymore, somehow.
I don't know. It costs money. We'll pay it later.
Yeah. Oh,
We're
I
not
found
leaving
it.
town yet, so.
I found it.
5?
Food is 5. Is there
Okay.
Did I really call it?
You did. Is there a delicious modifier? There isn't. It looks to be times 7 based on the difference between rations and delicious rations. So,
Yeah, that
I'll do it.
yeah.
that tracks.
5 times 7 is 35. So, drop those 35G. And yeah, they'll make you really nice food.
Yay.
We take our picnic basket and go.
Yeah. Out to probably some clearing where Lamb has space where nobody's gonna like, because if you go to just like a straight park, there's gonna be a kid who's just gonna run straight in her way and get like a foot to the face,
Just
and that's not gonna be good.
annihilated.
It's not gonna be a good look for anybody.
No, just straight up murder that kid.
Yeah. So like off away.
A place that is not normally populated is the goal,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That is also not somebody's backyard.
No child murder.
No child murder.
No child murder.
Not now, not ever.
Not on this family show.
Yes. So yeah, okay, you can find a clearing nearby. The forest is rather thick here, but I think there is at least one enterprising person in this town who decided they wanted a clear space in the forest nearby, so you can find one. And sit down for lunch.
Yeah. Mule will set it up. I assume somebody's got a blanket amidst their stuff, or they got handed one to go do
Yeah.
their thing.
Yeah.
And he'll set it up. Well, ladies first.
Or we could go at the same time. I feel
Make
bad
this
doing
weird.
everything first.
Why?
Because I feel selfish.
Don't be. I told you to go first.
No, I know. I'm telling you, we can go at the same time.
What do you want?
Let's just divide it all right down the middle.
Mule just looks at the food and is like, I can't eat all of that. Take some more.
You should be more optimistic about what you can and can't do. Just eat whatever
I
you
will
want, and
literally
whatever you don't
take.
eat, then I will take. That's how it works. You divide everything down the middle, and then if either of us has leftovers, you offer it to the other person.
Okay.
That's how I've always done it.
All right.
Why do you seem so skeptical about literally everything I say?
Because it makes no sense.
How?
Well, that's not the way I was raised.
Okay.
Anyway, just take what you want, and I'll take what I want.
She takes half of it.
He takes like a quarter of it.
Yep. As you begin eating, you hear a rustle in the forest. And suddenly, the darkness and the shadows between the bamboo becomes more evident to you. The sounds of the town distant, indicating that you're far from anyone else. What do you do?
Was it like a rustle, like a creature moving or something?
Mm-hmm.
Mule will reach back briefly and just snap the top flap of his book holster and set it down beside him at the ready.
I'm gonna go check it out.
She's
Where?
gonna stand. She's gonna stand up and start
Where?
walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gonna
probably
get
just
up
an
and-
animal.
He's going to get up and not follow yet. He's going to sort of stand guard over their lunch, I guess.
Okay.
I'm
But
peeping.
watch her.
What's in there?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
Or notice, or whatever it's called in this fucking game.
Yeah.
I don't know what anything's called. I don't know.
Words are hard.
Okay.
This isn't a Minecraft, so how do we play this?
That's true. If
Good.
this were Minecraft, I'd be fucking killing it right now.
12?
12. Okay. So we see you step toward the edge of this clearing, and the sort of string section begins rising as we look deep into the forest. You see a bush. It shakes a little bit. And then a red panda pops out of it and makes a sound a lot like that.
I don't move.
Okay.
Mule,
Maybe just leave it alone.
it's so cute.
Yeah, don't let it bite you.
It looks like it wants to be cuddled.
I don't think you should do that.
I'm not going to, but it looks like it does.
She's gonna bend down and like hold out a piece of her spring roll.
Yeah, a second head pops out of the bush. So now there's two of these red pandas looking at you from the bush.
It's a family.
Well, he's kind of he just ends up covering up their spread a little bit with the blanket as best he can, and then comes over,
All right.
shoving the rest of his spring roll in his mouth. and
She's got
finishing
some
it
held out
quickly.
on her hand.
All right.
Like
roll,
outstretched.
Lamb, roll spirit int, and Mule, roll perception.
You said spirit int.
Uh-huh.
7.
Silly panda.
Aren't you still concentrating?
No?
What's the +2?
Yeah.
Oh. It's been what the hell? It's been using my fumble points. I'll use them.
Oh. You don't gotta.
Whoops. No, it's
We'll
fine.
just discount the...
I will.
Okay.
I have so many. I've been hoarding them.
All right. They're at
Yeah,
the
I
top
have a
of the
lot
checks.
because I keep forgetting about them.
Okay, and you got a 14, is that correct, on your perception? All right. Well, a 7 is pretty good, so you do not scare the pandas off, Liam. But they don't make any moves to move toward you. Mule, you notice, shortly after you get over there, yeah, there are these two cute pandas, and they're being really cute, and they're, like, sniffing toward the food Liam is holding out. But you hear the movement of cloth behind you, and there are two more pandas unfurling the cloth that you folded up. You shout, and all four of the pandas scram.
Oh, shoot.
They were here for our lunch.
I don't blame them. That's really good.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't get too used to eating people food or they're going to bother the people in the town.
And it's probably not good for them.
No, it's not.
They'll get fat.
We get a little, like, thought bubble over Lamb's head of a fat red panda.
And it's so cute.
It is.
So round.
It's got the kanji for kawaii next to it.
Well, we should finish
Lamb-
eating then.
Yeah, Mule will go and like investigate the damage and see if they got anything, and if there's anything half chewed, he'll just
They didn't.
wrap
You
it up
caught them
to
before
start.
they actually got to the food. They were just unwrapping it.
You're like presents.
What's in here? Unattended yummies.
Delish.
Mm. Yeah, she'll finish eating before she gets ready to go through the training that she picked up over the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's training, Mule will tidy up the leavings of their meal and get it packed up to bring it back and, not leave trash in the forest.
Good for you.
He's conscientious like
we
that.
all turn toward the toward the viewer and go, "Don't litter."
Yep. Litter is bad. And then he'll bring out one of his other books.
We get like a 1-minute interlude of Mule talking about how it's important not to litter, as we get like panorama montage shots of various like wildlife in the forest. And at the end we get this look of Mule with his eyes shining, and that's why I don't leave trash in the forest.
Yup.
And lands in the background punching a piece of bamboo.
It's a real spirited speech, punctuated by a literal punch.
Yeah. I think we zoom out a bit over the forest as we hear the steady thump, thump, the hollow punches of your gloves against the bamboo lamb. And go ahead and roll hard exercise for me.
Showa. 13?
Hell yeah. Yeah, you get really good practice in today. You've been feeling like you've been staying in practice by, as Mule pointed out, by a practical application of your skills. But every once in a while, it's nice to go back to the exercises and just refresh some of that muscle memory and recenter yourself. And I think this is the first time in a long time that you felt centered again. Probably since you left the City of Spring, certainly since the first time you handled the amulet during that journey. But, you know, all of those hours and days of training with your master sort of flow back to you, and you find yourself feeling a sense of peace and balance that's been missing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this goes on for some time, like well into the afternoon. When she finally feels done, like she's come to a good stopping spot where she's like tired, obviously, but she's not going to be like exhausted for dinner and for the rest of the day.
Can you roll roll an attack? Can you roll an accuracy check for me?
Yeah. Can I do it?
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the fumble.
What'd you punch?
Oh, no. So I think you end your training with a punch to this bamboo stalk, and there's a whoosh of air that extends past as like a row of this bamboo all like leans and knocks into each other, and then the bamboo that you punched just sort of like cracks where your fist impacted it and then falls over.
Oops.
Wow.
I feel like I'm done for today.
Oh, here. And Mule will pour some water from his little water skin into a cup and hand it up to her.
Yeah, she is kind of like still stretching out her legs, and she drinks the water.
What are you doing?
I've just been going over my herb studies and things.
How's it going? Super interesting.
Well, it is to me.
No, I know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. I have a few ideas for a couple of new salves that I might try.
Like what?
Well, after Kiro got into those fights, which he's like, he's still sort of trying to figure out why and how that happened. He hasn't asked her, so he's just like, yeah, that. I'm just trying to see if I can come up with one that will speed up the healing process a little bit, and maybe not sting as much when it applies.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice to have. Just in case. Hopefully we won't need it anytime soon.
I mean, that would be ideal, but I'd rather be prepared than not.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should head back.
Probably before it gets too much later.
Yeah.
You feel better?
Yeah, I actually feel a lot better.
Good. He'll start packing up his books very slowly.
Can I ask you something a little bit off topic from training and herbs?
Sure, what is it?
Remember that time that we had a conversation about feelings? Do you remember that?
We've had a few of those.
Well, pretty recently
Yeah.
about us.
Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, didn't really we didn't really finish that conversation.
You're right. So what now?
You'll see as a text message in his head.
Yeah. Like
Well, I guess my big question is, what are we?
Oh. Well,
Like, are we still just friends?
I mean, of course we are friends. That's a given, right?
Well, yeah.
But, I, uh, I don't know what you do after that.
I feel like maybe expected something to change and nothing really has.
Well, we've kind of, there's been a lot going on, but I don't know, we have time.
Do we?
Yeah? I mean, we're stuck here, right? For a few days. And we shouldn't bother Kiro, and who knows what Danjin will do. He wanders off all the time. I don't know. Is this like, do we go on a date? Is that what happens?
I mean, I would like that.
Okay. He looks terrified.
Yeah, could you roll spirit for me, Mule?
Uh-huh.
You freeze. You say that, and she says that she would like that, and then you realize what you've just done,
Uh-huh.
and you physically cannot speak.
Mm. He does not know how to words right now. And he is a very impressive shade of red. Possibly glowing in the low light.
We don't have to if you're not ready to go on a date or
I mean, I said it, so I should honor that.
So do you want to go on a date with me?
Yes?
Okay.
I just don't know what people do on dates.
I don't really know either. I think that you just kind of hang out, but with a different intention.
Okay. Dylan, you can't help off screen. They're doomed.
If you wanted, I could plan it.
What?
And
No,
then you would just show up.
Text message
No, you can't
flashes
do
in your head.
everything. I'll figure something out. I should know this. It can't be that hard to figure out, right?
Well, if you wanted to, we could divide responsibilities and you could figure out like the first half and I could figure out the second half. But we can't both pick dinner because that would be bad. I mean, we technically could, but
Yeah. Also, I think we've got the meal thing more or less figured out by now.
yeah, it's just
We've been-
food.
Eating together a lot. Okay.
Okay, so you want to plan it.
I'll figure something out. Unless there's something you really want to do.
Not really.
Okay.
I'd be happy to do anything.
Well, that seems too easy.
I just want to be with you. That's all.
He turns a different shade of red. Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Uh.
so let's go back and we can do the date tomorrow.
Yeah.
You want way more time than that?
No, I can figure it out. Let's go back
Okay.
before it gets late. Grab up the stuff and offer his hand to her,
Yep, she'll take it.
and they'll walk out holding hands back to the village. As we slowly kill Dylan.
Meanwhile, in the background, Buraya just like looks over his parchment with the pill or with the quill, just half lidded.
How much on a scale of 1 to vomit? How sick does he look?
Pretty sick. I think he sighs annoyedly, and then the rest of those bamboo stalks fall over.
Well, sorry, dude.
You get back to the inn and you have some dinner and mule equation gifts, I think, about date. And Lamb, I would like you to roll spirit as you get some time to yourself.
Sure. Thanks.
Better than Mule did, but still not great. You're very nervous. Even if you don't necessarily know why, but you are incredibly nervous. And Kiro is by the time that she gets back, she's just exhausted from working, and so she just conks out and is straight up unconscious.
There's like 5 minutes where Lamb's like, wake up, I need to talk to you. And she's just like snoring, mouth open, drool pouring out of her mouth.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Real big help. Thanks, Kiro.
What do you do?
Lay in bed for X amount of hours until sleep finally takes her.
Oh God, you just lay there staring at the ceiling waiting for sleep to take you?
Yeah.
What do you think about in that time?
I don't think it's thinking about anything in particular. It's just a generalized anxiety.
We just pan up to Lamb sprawled on the bed, and we get to her face, and she's just... internal screaming.
And she's like probably racking her brain for everything the Babkeys ever told her, because they love to tell stories, and pretty much all of them had like when I was your age, and like had stories about their like long lost loves and like all this, because they all have reasons that they're all perpetual bachelors, right? Like they all have a story. So she's just thinking back to every single story that they ever told her. And is like, don't do anything they did because they all ended up alone.
all of these stories consist of them as like big, burly, beautiful men with like a little tuft of chest hair and stuff, but like their head is still an old man. So it's like the story of like, yes, and then I went to her home in the middle of the night and called out to her window, and we had a forbidden love. Oh, yes, but then we met in the woods. I'm sure she was a fairy.
Yeah, literally outrageous stories.
God.
She's just like, well...
Did I tell you about the time I went on a date with a Ryujin?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, every time some other pappy will chime in and be like, that's not what happened.
Yes.
The information is utterly useless.
Yeah. Still something to think about.
Best as you can tell, you should be concerned if Mule woos you from your window, saves you from pirates, tricks a king into giving you or giving him your hand, that sort of stuff.
There is probably a story though about like True Love's Kiss, like basically Sleeping Beauty that the pappies told her, which she's like, well,
it's like, oh, well,
that turned out okay, so
yeah,
that's fine.
found her way.
All right. Morning comes.
Yeah.
I'd like each of you to roll condition.
Oh, sure. I love a good condition check.
Excellent.
You do
Mule is normal.
19?
You do have a +1, Mule, from your
that's
delicious
still
food, which is better than yesterday.
Pretty much garbage, but still normal for Mule.
Jesus, lamb.
Sometimes.
Where? Oh yeah, because +1 from. +2 from
Farmer.
your class, and then +1 from the food? Is that right? Damn, 19.
Jeez. Well, I guess now the date hype is real.
Yeah, you finally drifted off to sleep. I think you slept in a bit. So we'll start with Mule. Mule, you snap awake instantly.
Yeah, probably over his table where he fell asleep because he was up all night basically making like a paper version of a spreadsheet where he was listing all of the possible date scenarios he remembered from all the books he's read his entire life. He's been literally equationing this out and has ultimately ended up, after 4 hours, 5 hours of paper processing, ended up with a few ideas on a single sheet of paper, and like 3 out of the 5 are crossed out.
we definitely see like a quartet and like moonlit dinner and a carriage ride with horses.
Yeah, like there's a lot of those that have been crossed out. It's like, they don't have that here. That's impossible. That's too expensive.
Most of them are just, they don't have that here.
Yeah. Yup. A walk in the moonlight, I guess, is okay, but boring.
You could probably, I will say, you could probably approximate anything here. I'm curious, what is Mule's ideal?
I think his plan will indeed be they'll get dinner out of the way and make it nice. They'll have a walk at like the nicest part of town, which he will probably have snuck out last night to go scope out what looked best at night.
Right.
And identified that and has that on the plan. wherein he will present her with the certificate, which he definitely stayed up making as part of the preparations. And if there's enough space, they will just spend time there. And maybe a dance, because he sort of didn't ask her to the last opportunity they had to do a dance, and that seems to be a thing you do on dates.
Okay.
He at least knows how to dance. He's not sure if Lamb does. But he can teach her, maybe.
You danced. You've danced at the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know she has...
An ability.
She did not destroy you.
Yeah. His feet left the dance floor intact.
Yes. He's still walking. So I think we see this... we see this blueprint run through Mule's mind. And then we see Buraya say, we'll see about that. And with that, we are going to go to our second and final break. We will see you soon with what actually happens upon the date. Hello, and welcome back to episode 18 of Ryuutama, aka Travel. Mule, you have some time to prepare before Lamb gets up, as she is sleeping in today, unless you decide to go wake her up.
Nope. He will prepare, although he is going to go down and have them send breakfast up to her room.
Oh, okay. How nice.
Yeah. And he's gonna go double check the spot that he planned for later tonight to make sure it's still that he didn't imagine it was somehow available to occupy. I think it was probably just a nice space in like a park or a clearing or somewhere.
Yeah.
Some little quiet corner of the town.
So you go to this park, right? And you're I wouldn't say you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, because that would be a poor description of Mule in general. But
It really would.
you are energized, whether by anxiety or excitement, it's hard to tell. But you've got your get up and go going, and you get to this park, and this nice sort of semi-secluded corner where there's some like hedges and some flower bushes. It smells lovely, and there's a donkey there. Just grazing.
Does it have anything on it? Like, it looks like it belongs to anybody?
Yeah, it's
like any tack or anything?
It's tied to a nearby tree.
Excuse me. He's just sort of calling out in general to see if the owner is nearby.
Roll negotiation. A 10. Okay. Where's that +1 from?
Oh, I don't know. I had one in there for some reason. Just ignore that.
Probably from the delicious food or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, so a 9. Still quite good. A 9 is as good as a pro. So you call out, and I think there's a snore. Yup. And there's a rather portly fellow with a straw hat napping under the shade of the tree.
Sorry to disturb you. Were you planning to be here all day?
Yup.
Is there any way I could persuade you to not be here by sundown?
Oh,
after sundown, I mean.
I'll be gone after sundown. Just, feeding the donkey and getting some rest.
Right.
Takes a swig out of a bottle.
Okay.
The donkey
Right,
farts.
thank you. Yeah, it's not
It does
gonna
not smell
good.
pleasant.
He's gonna look for another spot.
Okay. Please roll a direction check.
Who do you think I am, Dylan?
I know who you are.
This seems like a situation where he would absolutely rely on magic to help, so guess what I'm casting?
Arrow compass?
Uh-huh.
All
I
right.
think we see him step away. He briefly pulls his book out and just kind of flips automatically to the right page. Help me find a spot that is going to work for this tonight. That's the incantation today.
All right, roll your magic check.
More of a plea, really.
I so badly want to just auto crit fail this, but I'm not gonna. All right. Yep, you cast it.
Right. Yep. I'm also gonna use a fumble point because why the fuck not?
16. Okay, this was a
Did
pretty
I
nice...
find the perfect spot?
This was a pretty nice spot. And I think we can see Buraya like cracking a smile as you walk away from the park. And he's just following you, writing down what's happening. But then you cast Arrow Compass and follow the guidance and your intuition, and you find a small path just on the edge of town that leads into the forest. And following it a short ways, it's actually quite close to the place that you were planning to go for dinner, so that's convenient. Following it a short ways, it goes up a hill and into a clearing where you can see over the tops of the bamboo. And you have this just beautiful view of the forest.
That'll work. And he will mark the spot on his map and his mental map and head back into town.
Buraya puts a frustrated hole in his parchment. Lamb.
Stabs it with the pen.
Yep. He just presses down too hard while he's like putting the period there and just right through.
Get wrecked.
Lamb, you awake sometime later. You stretch lazily. You're feeling a lot calmer than you were last night. The nervousness has gone away. How are you feeling? Are you calm and relaxed? Are you excited? What's the energy here?
She's worried for Mule and his anxiety. She's like, if I'm anxious, like she knows Mule well enough to know that can't be going well for him. And she wanted to help, but she wanted to take some of the pressure off of like trying to figure out the date. So she's really excited, but she also doesn't want to put too much pressure on him and like ruin things just by him being so nervous, right?
Right.
So she's trying to just like stay chill, not think about it too much, which is hard to do, but
yep.
Trying our best over here.
Getting up, Mule isn't here.
And I'm guessing everybody's gone but me.
Yes. You were the last person to wake up and also apparently the last person to leave the inn.
Outfit time.
Okay. So is this going and acquiring your outfit?
Yeah.
Or is this okay?
Yeah. Because I think like when they went shopping back in City of Sun, she did not think she was going to. She just didn't think like I'm gonna want to have like something that's really nice, you know. And so she's like, well, if nobody's here, this is the perfect opportunity. Because I mean, obviously she could just wear, you know, her normal outfit, but she could, you know, do some looking around. So I feel like her morning is a lot of her going to shops, but also like talking to people because she has an idea of what she wants, but is she gonna find that in one of the stores here?
Yeah, in this backwater
Probably not.
town.
Yeah.
So I think we see a bit of a montage of Lamb going place to place. Buraya outside the window every time, just smiling from ear to ear. We see you in some kind of tailor's shop, some small tailor's shop, and the tailor like apologetically holding up cloth with just like tons of moth holes in it. You see this woman who's like knitting or something on her porch, and you talk to her, and then she comes back out and all of her yarn has been like chewed up by mice, and this is just happening a lot. Go ahead and roll me negotiation. All right.
Pretty good.
And then we see you walking away from one of these places looking a little defeated. And a woman stops you and speaks with you for a moment. And we see Buraya like look up sort of quizzically from where he was writing. And then this woman like takes you aside to another home. And when you come out, you have a small, like, paper package, and a big smile on your face. And we just see Buraya's eyes narrow. And time passes and it heads on toward evening.
Do we see each other at all today?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that makes her a little bit more anxious than she was feeling that morning. Like, did he run away? Did he go home?
Never mind. He just went home. He was like, I'm marrying this other lady.
Yeah, never mind. This is too hard.
Should I check for a note? Maybe I missed it.
Arranged marriages are easier.
Goodbye forever.
Yeah, you don't have to think about those. You just do that.
Yeah.
You show up.
Yeah.
I do think they may have almost crossed paths a couple times during the day while Smeal was making his plans, but he would literally have hid to avoid notice as he was planning this stuff out.
Each time you nearly crossed paths, Buraya would like move over to the other to like catalog what they were doing, and then would switch back and like as his plans to foil your own continue to go awry apparently. But evening rolls around and you can meet up back at the inn.
Yeah, I think once he's made certain that all of the plans are safely ready to be launched, he'd head back to the inn and probably wait down in like the common area or something to see if Lamb is around. I would imagine they agreed to meet at a certain time, probably.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't decide if they see each other before she gets ready or not. That's what.
I think not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have dipped up to his room briefly to do the magic bullshit and swap into his more princely attire.
Yeah, I feel like Mule got back and went and was doing that. Lamb got back while he was doing that and then went to get ready. Mule came out.
Within moments.
Yeah.
Door shuts, door opens.
Yeah, we see like Mule step out and like look at the door to the room that Lamb's in.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And then-
She'll get ready and show up at the appropriate time. I'm assuming correctly that you're very early. Okay.
He's probably been waiting down here for like an hour. Yeah. He has drank so much tea.
Buraya's excited for that. It's like, Yes, drink all the tea now.
God.
He's had like 2 cups.
Twisted.
Look, dude just wants to ruin a date. Give him this.
No.
No. Why would we
Absolutely
give him
not.
it?
All right, so Lamb, you come
He
out.
can join us if he wishes.
No, we can't.
No. Private party.
Private. He's not invited on our date.
So we can push him in the water park pool.
Oh, well, as long as that's at the end of the date. It's like the finale.
Lamb
He's
comes
gonna
out
be there
into the common area, and what is she wearing?
Oh my god. The cutest, literally the cutest, most precious thing. If you're interested, I did drop big bucks on high quality, beautiful clothes. Which is so basically, if you can see the art, right? They can see the art of her normally. She's kind of like themed the same with the off the shoulder. But it's like a white summery dress that's very lacy and has a bunch of little flowers all over it. It's a short dress because obviously it is summer, so it's incredibly hot, with half-length sleeves. And I will put the picture somewhere for all of you.
The inspo picture. Go ahead and drop it.
Yeah, it's cute. as
YouTube, I'm sorry.
cake.
Just Google cute anime girl dress and choose the one that you wish to believe Lamb is
It's
wearing.
adorable.
Pardon me. Okay.
Yeah, is that
That's what I
Spirit?
thought.
Because I was gonna ask you to roll it.
No, that's Spirit Dex, and there's going to be a teacup that we'll have to pay for.
Yeah. Teacup hits the table. Could you roll Spirit, please?
Might as well do it all.
Okay. All right. You managed to like not go completely speechless. You are stunned.
He definitely winged his cup off the table when he stood up too fucking fast.
Yeah, it hits the ground and like fortunately doesn't break. It just rolls a little way.
Oh, wow. You look very nice.
Thanks. I went and I had to hunt around a little bit today, but there was this nice lady that had this.
You got that here?
Yeah.
He looks
I-
really
it-
stunned.
It took me a really long time. But
Oh. Wow. It's perfect.
thanks.
I mean, for you. Well, everything is set. I figured we should start with dinner and then have the rest of the evening.
Yeah, that sounds good. I kind of forgot to eat today.
Me too.
We get a
normal.
brief
Starved.
montage of Buraya like shooing every like food cart or like switching around open close signs ahead of you as you walk through town.
In fairness, forgetting to eat is a thing Mule does regularly anyway.
It is absolutely, but Buraya was like removing any reminder.
Right. Well, and he'll straighten up and offer his arm to her
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. She takes it.
and lead her to the place where they're going to have dinner.
Yeah.
So cute. Where are you going for dinner? What kind of place do you take her to?
What were the options? What's the nicest place in town?
What's the nicest place in town?
I think it's not posh, but there is a place that's definitely like more restaurant than anything else. It's like it's the place that the locals would go to if they wanted to have a nice night out. It's sit down dining. It's quiet. It's got like maybe some aromatic herbs burning in a censer somewhere, and I think it serves a variety of soups and curries that are very good. Like the culinary level is definitely fancy. It's just that the place itself isn't.
Sure. It's more rustic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll go there, and Mule would have made absolutely sure to reserve a spot, probably outside, where they could, like, see.
Roll a negotiation check for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did in fact manage to reserve a spot. I think we see early in the morning Buraya show up to this place and like write down many names. And then we see Mule show up, and Mule's like, "Can I get a reservation?" They're like, "Oh, we're all, but who is this person?" And they just like scratch a bunch of them off, and they're like, "Sure."
You're not real good at the sabotage, Bariah, but nice try, dude.
He's really trying his best. he's more used to like murder and espionage, less ruining a date.
You know?
But yeah, you get a nice place to sit outside, which is good because of the summer heat. In the evening here, everything's just sort of dulled down to a nice temperate warmth. And you get like some soup that incorporates bamboo shoots in a way that is probably kind of tacky if you really think about it, but it seems kind of nice with that local flair.
Sounds like green curry to me.
Yeah.
Just the right amount of tacky.
Yeah, it is very
Perfect
good.
for any date.
Yep. So yeah, he will pull out the chair for her and then go take his seat once she's sat down and gotten herself situated. And so they're having dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Conversation is the part he didn't plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do either of you speak?
I mean, Lamb would ask him about his day, like what he did, because they didn't see each other at all.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
the
rare for them
first
to
time in a
spend.
long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was good. Mostly just making sure all of this was set up.
Am I allowed to know what happens next?
Do you want to know? Or would
Is
you
it
rather
better
be
as a
surprised?
Well, I do. It depends on how good the surprise is, but I trust you, so
It'll be a surprise then.
okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. He says, not nervous at all. By any means. Definitely not nervous.
Lamb, could you roll spirit, please?
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, Mule, what did you say I am too? Was that the last thing you said?
Uh-huh.
So he says that and then sort of like looks off to the side to break eye contact, and blushes, and you see the like low candlelight from your table light glint off of his eyes, and Mule, Lamb, your breath catches.
Didn't you say you were gonna ruin our date?
This is apparently is
Yes.
the reaction we all had once the art was done. We were stunned, right?
Yep. Yeah, she's just quiet.
All right. I think you notice how quiet Lamb is, because that is somewhat uncommon, and she's blushing.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here. I finished this. And he'll reach into his jacket and pull out a flat object wrapped in slightly nicer paper, with probably a little bit of a board to like keep it sturdy, and it's sealed with a little wax seal, and he'll hand it over the table to her.
You got me a gift? I didn't get you a gift. Should I have gotten you a gift? I didn't know if
No,
people
no,
got...
just open it. This isn't. You already know what it is.
Okay. She'll open it up.
It's her certificate.
I'm a certified teacher's assistant now.
I guess you are.
You have a certificate that says you are licensed to be a teacher's assistant. So
Yeah.
It does. It does say that.
by
By-
like no authority.
How
By authority of the son of the Duke of the City of Snow.
By the authority of House Adelstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
How convincing is this? Like, could I hold this up to a cop and they'd believe me?
He's
It's-
pretty good at his shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that teaching assistant certificates are a real thing, but if you came across somebody else like Lamb, you could absolutely be like, yes, look at me. Someone who
They
didn't know any
absolutely
better
are a
will
thing.
absolutely take it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how verifiable it is, but it'll look convincing if you want to use it.
It's perfect.
I'm glad you like it.
Sometimes I just say dumb stuff, and then it turns into something really nice.
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
It's okay. It was fun. I'm
Should I
glad you like
frame it?
I guess you could.
I don't want it to get wrinkled, because then it doesn't look as official.
Well, you can keep it in that envelope and it'll keep it safe. There's a board inside that'll keep it from bending.
Yeah, I just worry because I share a room with Kiro.
Oh. Do you want me to hang on to it?
Until I can get a frame for it, I think that's probably for the best.
Okay. Well, I guess if you ever want to look at it, just ask.
Yeah. Or if I ever need it to prove that I'm a teacher's assistant to somebody.
Right.
Or that I'm a certified teacher's assistant.
Yeah. Certified teacher's assistants aren't a thing, but he's not going to argue with her on their date. I think he also would have, as part of planning the meal, would have definitely had dessert ordered. What does Lamb like? He knows, I think he's gotten a sense that she likes really, really, really sweet stuff, right?
Whipped cream? Does whipped cream exist here?
Yes. All you need to make whipped cream, Summer, is cream? And
And-
speed. Just cream
Cream
and rapid agitation.
Yeah, cream and air.
So yes, absolutely whipped cream exists.
So maybe like oh my god, I'm just really wanting like a hot fudge brownie with lots of whipped cream and possibly ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you can get like a brownie
Or
with
like a
whipped
lava
cream
cake.
and like a sorbet probably.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
a fruit ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would have gotten that for her, and for himself, probably just the sorbet.
All right.
So that's dessert that would arrive.
She gives herself brain freeze probably 2 or 3 times.
Does Mule supply her remedies for brain freeze?
I think every time she starts to look like she's like, ugh, we see him kind of under the table wave his fingers a little bit to cast like a spell to fix
Mhm.
it.
For the chat's edification, my recommended cure for brain freeze is to press your tongue against the roof of your mouth because it warms
That is
up
the cure.
yeah. It's
That's the cure.
It's real good. It's real effective. So
Mhm.
if you didn't know,
I
now you
don't-
do.
How do you cure throat freeze? Because that's what I get when I eat cold shit too fast.
I've
You
never
drink
had that
something
happen.
hot.
I don't. It doesn't happen up here, but right here hurts a whole bunch.
Mine just happens in the very it's your soft palate. That's what's freezing in your
Oh.
mouth. That gives you brain
Yeah.
freeze,
Huh.
which is why pressing your tongue up against your
Right.
soft palate.
For me,
Fixes it.
it's I get it right here, right in between the eyes.
Mine feels like it's
Mm.
behind my nose.
Wild. Well, I love that
Bodies are
we
weird.
all have different versions of brain freeze. This is a revelation for me. But yeah, I think dinner goes swell. And you pay your check and head out.
Yep.
We'll go over costs off stream because who cares?
Yeah.
And where next?
So in general, it was probably not anything particularly wild, beyond making sure that the route they took through town was definitely the most scenic.
Mm-hmm.
They probably pass by the water park, and he will stop a little and just look to see if she seems interested in stopping through there at all or not.
Yeah, in the water park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
It is nighttime.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's open.
There's probably some there's at water parks there are things that constantly run,
Yeah.
but there are things that they turn off, obviously.
Yeah.
But
If there's like a nice little pool or something that they can sit by, he'd probably take her there.
Okay.
Uh,
You might have to break in, but that's fine.
oh, well, if
I
they have to
imagine this
break
as
in,
an open water park.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, sure.
it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it had a gate the last time
Yeah.
we played.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
there's a water park actually pretty close to here that's actually in the city park. So it's next to the playground, but it's only open. I mean, they only have water in it during
Mhm.
the summer, but it's
Neat.
just open to the park. You just kind of you can walk through it or around it.
All right,
But
I'll
that's how I
take it.
imagine this.
Yeah, so
I will
they sit
accept the
by
lawyering.
They sit by a water feature.
Maybe a little wave pool.
Yeah.
To rest a bit before making their way to the other place, and take in the night.
It is beautiful. I think there are some faint crickets out, and the sound of the bamboo rustling gently in the breeze, the stars sparkling up above, with the moon bright behind them.
It occurred to me, with everything that is always going on, we don't really just talk about stuff much. I was trying to think of things that we could do that you would like, and I realized I don't actually know what you like to do.
Yeah, we've had a pretty full journey.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really
So-
easygoing because everything that I did before this was just in a field with the geep and pappies. So
So what do you like to do? I mean, for fun.
well, I mean it's boring.
No. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, it would it's just it's nothing like anything that we've done since we left.
Yeah, well, what I like to do for fun is probably boring according to almost everyone but me. So,
Well, there really wasn't that much to do. So I kind of had to entertain myself. and so I made up a lot of games with the keep, but I mostly would climb trees and sit at the very, very, very top.
I mean, the view was probably pretty good, right?
Yeah, and hide from the pappies. That was the part I liked the best.
Yeah, I used to hide in the library from my sister sometimes if I didn't feel like attending dinner.
I feel like that's the first place I would look for you.
Well, it's a big library. There are a lot of shelves to hide behind.
So big that they couldn't find you there?
Well, when they started to get toward the shelf where I was hiding, I would just move to a different one.
I would just hide in the tree and pretend I wasn't there until they went away. Because they couldn't climb after me to check.
I think we see Mule, like, briefly pause to consider this, and we definitely see, like, the chibi of Lamb perched way up at the top of the tree and little old man trying to scale a
Just,
tree
like,
and falling.
Climb,
Shimmying.
and drop. climb, and drop.
Now
Yep.
picture Lamb as like a 3-year-old doing this
Yup.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, we see there's the one pappy trying to climb, and then there's like 5 pappies in a cluster underneath the branch that Lamb's on, like
Hoping
clamoring.
she's not gonna fall. Yeah. And she's like, I can see the city.
Mhm. Well, I mean, it's something to do, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely different now.
Yeah. Everything's different now.
Could you both roll perception, please?
Mm-hmm.
I love that for us.
Ooh,
6 and 7.
not amazing, but good enough.
Competent.
Lamb, you see a frog that is hopping close by the two of you where you're sitting, and it is like bright fucking orange.
Is it hopping towards the water?
Towards the two of you.
Oh.
I don't know that much about frogs, but I have heard somewhere that the really bright ones are poisonous. Should we
Yeah.
be worried?
Can I, like, I don't know,
Monster knowledge?
your knowledge or education this?
Sure. Go ahead and roll refined education.
Can I roll monster knowledge?
Yes.
I mean, you kicked my butt with that roll, but mine was still critical.
You both know. You both immediately look at it, and I think you think of the same entry in the same book that Mule has read at one point, of this very poisonous frog that is indeed poisonous to the touch.
Was this maybe a, like, flashback to one of their nights at camp where he was trying to educate the group on stuff not to
He's
touch?
got like a book and he's like, don't touch this one or this one or this one.
Yeah. Anytime we went through any place that was like remotely froggish territory,
Yeah.
like wetlands.
We just see Kiro going, snacks.
It's like, you
No.
will die if you touch this, much less eat it.
Or maybe this is when we were talking about pets that Kiro could potentially have.
Right.
A very poisonous frog in a cage, so she can't touch it.
Yeah. So we both flash back to the memory of that lesson, and I think Mule sort of like reaches over almost instinctively and like pulls Lamb up and back.
She's pulling you back. What are you talking about?
You go to do that and you just realize that your feet are off the ground.
Ugh.
I don't want to get poisoned by a frog on our first date.
Right, me either. Why don't we're a little ahead of schedule, but why don't we go this way? And he'll gesture up the road to heading toward the perfect place that he found.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think there are more frogs there, do you?
There better not be.
I wonder if there's a way we can scare them
He'll
off.
turn them into ice cubes if there are.
As the
I
two
have that power.
you do.
We've seen.
As the two of you walk away, we see Buraya with a small cage, shuffling the frog back into the cage, muttering under his breath. And the two of you walk up the path. It's a pretty short walk, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And as you clear the tops of the forest, you can see the bright full moon casting its glow down upon the sort of shimmering and shifting leaves of this bamboo forest, and you can see out miles in all directions. But for a still lightly flowering tree that stands at the top of the hill.
Here we are.
Yeah, this was better as a surprise.
I mean, it's not much, but it had a nice view, I thought.
I mean, it's the best date spot I've ever been to.
The best or the only?
It can be both.
Okay.
I just mean that it'll be hard to beat in the future.
Right.
Tick, equation gif.
Like, oh, damn. It's like, oh no. Well.
Oh, I have
did
to keep
to
doing this.
myself. Darn. Started
not
off too
just-
strong.
It's not just one date and then never again. It's dates over a period of time.
Oh.
Interesting.
It's like, oh, now I must up the ante. Shoot.
Whips out a book, starts taking notes. So that's how it works.
Well, didn't really have anything exactly planned after this. Unless you wanted to dance or something.
Well, you don't have any music.
We can figure it out.
I mean, you
I've
do
had-
have magic, so.
Mm-hmm.
We cut into the town of Jade Hollow. And Buraya is standing there in the street holding this cage in like one hand, like under his arm, like not sure what to do with it basically. And he sighs and turns and like pushes a rocking chair on the porch that he's standing next to, and the old man there stirs awake and furrows his brow slightly and picks up the flute that he was whittling and begins to play. And the music emanates through the forest and up to the top of the hill.
Did you do that?
We might as well take advantage of it.
Okay.
He'll offer his hand.
I'm not very good.
Nobody's watching. Who cares?
Well, I just don't want to hurt you by accident.
It'll be fine. I can heal myself.
I hope I wouldn't hurt you that bad.
Come on. Do you want to or not?
Yes.
And she'll take his hand. She's being
well-
very, very careful. She doesn't. She knows how strong she is. She's scared of hurting you.
He will lead in one of the many simple dances he knows.
All right. 1 second, I need to check a thing.
No?
Oh,
No, you
boy.
don't.
Yeah, I do. All right, I'm going to say a thing, don't do anything. You know the drill. I would like each of you to roll dex. But don't actually roll, because Buraya is spending life points to crit for both of you.
Okay.
You both have
Oh, hello.
the best dance that you have ever had in your life.
Neat.
And after a few minutes, presumably the old man gets tired and the music stops.
See? You did great.
Thanks.
Well, I didn't have anything else planned after this.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Have you ever kissed anybody before?
Not, no. Not the way I think you're asking.
Well, I haven't either.
Okay.
But I want to.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
She closes her eyes.
He'll go in for the kiss. Ah!
Okay.
It's probably a little awkward, but he's like
A little
slow
bit.
and careful.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not a bad kiss, but it is a little awkward, it's a little unsure.
So, there you go.
Yeah, she opens her eyes. She's definitely blushing a lot.
He's so red.
We see both of you just glowing on top of this hilltop.
Notably, he also did not let go of her hand after they finished dancing. Do you want to, maybe just stay here for a little while? Look at the stars, I guess?
Yeah.
Are you even interested in stars? Like, they have names. I
yeah.
could
Well,
tell
remember,
you some.
yeah, because I have to go up one day. Remember my drawing.
right.
You have my drawing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna go up, I guess I better make sure you know everything you can about that.
Because I don't want to run into anything.
Yeah. So I think they sit down and he starts pointing at each of the stars and telling her what he knows about each of them.
And
I
we-
actually think she does know a lot about stars,
probably
surprisingly.
yeah. She might not know the same names,
Yeah.
but I think
Or
she's
the
I feel
same-
like she
I mean-
probably, I would imagine she has like folk knowledge about it that the Pappies probably told her, because like they
Yeah.
would need to know some thing
Yeah.
about the stars for navigating and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Meals is obviously a lot of book learning and history and their formal names and things
Yeah.
like that.
So I think we get a bit of like Mule pointing out a star and saying like, "Do you see that one?" And then Lamb like replies with something that she knows about it, and we see Mule sort of pleasantly surprised. And then our camera moves up, and we see this expanse of the bamboo, and then it pans up to the moon. And that is where we end tonight's episode. So, thank you all so much for watching and for joining us on Lamb and Mule's first date. I'm glad we all got to go with. But before we go, let's go around and say who we are and where people can find us. Starting with the Casanova of the night, Jess.
Hey, I'm Jess. you can find me on the interwebs at Little Cup of Joe. These these things right over here. There's where I am. I have made games. I play games on Twitch. I have another Ryuutama campaign that is about to drop. That Dylan is playing the romantic lead in.
I mean, if you liked this episode, you better not miss this show.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this even a little bit, that will 100% be your jam. That'll be Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific over on my channel. You can see Dylan romancing it up with Julie and several other wonderful folks as I get to step into the Ryujin seat again. It'll be very fun. And you can come hang out on my channel in like an hour or two where we will play some more Fire Emblem because I love that game a whole lot. Three Houses is great. Blue Lions are great. Don't at me if you picked a different house. I don't care. Yeah. This was very cute.
Yay! And the knock 'em dead in as many ways as possible heroine of our story tonight, Lamb.
Yeah, I'm Summer. You can find me on Twitter at just a summer job. That's where I pretty much retweet everything that I am doing. Currently I'm pretty much just here and then over on Tales from the Grim on Mondays, so I'll be there tomorrow night. I think we only have one more session over there of Star Trek until we switch over to Sundays for a little while. But if you're interested in seeing me be the captain of a ship, which is really sexy, then check that out. And then my channel Off the Table here on Twitch will be coming back here in a few weeks. We're starting back Alas in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, did we pick a date for that?
I don't know.
I think we said the 20th, so next week.
Hot
Not
damn.
this coming Tuesday, but the next. So fun. Yeah, Twitter. Twitter's the main hot spot.
Yeah. I also want to shoes away, but I want to shout out our good huntress Lindy, who you can find on Laugh Love Lindy. Wow, let me try that again. Words are hard. Laugh Love Lindy on both Twitter and Twitch. She plays games, all sorts of games, role-playing games, Vigima games. She's all over the place. She's awesome. Go check her out. Follow her if you have not already. And the the anti-date curmudgeon with a heart of gold, me. I'm Dylan, aka Anarss. You can find me at Anarss on all sorts of places: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Itch.io, and Patreon. I want to shout out a couple specific things. You should, if you like this mug and you want it for yourself, you can buy it. There's a link down below to my Design by Human store where you can buy this mug, and actually a better version of this mug, because this is the sort of like test printing of it before I tightened up the design and moved it around and made it even better. So if you want a t-shirt or a mug of this is a family show design, you can grab that on the Design by Human store. Also, Patreon is the best way to support this show and all the other things that I do. And right now, because of the support on Patreon, I do have a giveaway running over on Twitter. Check out my Twitter. It should be near the top right now, but you're looking for a giveaway link. You can also just search on Twitter at Anarss giveaway and then go to latest, and it'll be like right there. But all you need to do to enter this giveaway for the chance to win maps or Porter token borders, whatever digital tabletop assets are most useful and interesting to you, all you need to do to enter for that is to like the tweet and make sure that you are following me on Twitter. That enters you, and I will be drawing on the 24th, I believe. So you have a little bit of time to do that, but yeah, head over and do that. That's all I'm streaming. That's right, I'm streaming. Streams. You can see me again here on Wednesday at, I think, 5 Pacific. I don't know. Sometime around then, where I will definitely be playing Finding Paradise and not Minecraft. But before that, at I think noon Pacific, I'm terrible. You can see me on Katie's channel, Katie Phase, where I will be running 44, the Game of Automatic Fear, which is a horror game wherein the players are trying not to be turned into automatons. But if they fail and they become automatons, they join my team and try to convert the rest of the players to automatons as well. So, and the setting that we're playing in is going to be this little creepy, like, small town, vacation town on an island in the middle of a lake. So, if you like that spookiness, come by Katie's channel on Wednesday. But, yeah, okay, that covers everything, I'm pretty sure. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. But most importantly, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.